The arms trade globally is by far the most corrupt and the most secretive of all global trades.
Yeah.
Our arms deal was a reflection of that global situation. By the time the contracts come to an end in 2018, we would have spent around 70 billion rand for military equipment that many argue we don't really need and we don't really use. This is a lot of money for stuff that might not be necessary.
The talk now is about accountability and holding people accountable, and I think the public has gotten to the point where they want to know who are those people that have to account and how are they going to be held accountable.
The issue is that the 70 billion is paid for by the South African taxpayer. And even from the time that I was in Parliament, 2001 when I left, there were attempts to ensure there wasn't a proper investigation of this arms deal. It's my contention, and it has been for over a dozen years now, that the people who are paying the bill for this deserve to know exactly why we got the equipment we got. Very expensive equipment. To give you an example, jet fighters and trainers.
Yeah.
We paid 2.5 times more than the equipment that the Air Force said publicly it actually wanted.
Yeah.
On those particular contracts, 115 million pounds of bribes were paid by the two companies involved.
Yeah.
South African citizens, South African taxpayers deserve to know the truth, and those who accepted bribes have to face the consequences.
I think we've gotten to the point where people are getting a little bit, I think, probably fatigued around thinking around this arms deal. How is this going to be blown open at this commission if anything like that would happen? And I think that, to use a pun, people want to know, is there a smoking gun that would come out?
I think first of all, in terms of the fatigue, why is this deal still important so many years after it took place? First of all, the amounts of money. And it's worth bearing in mind that if it can be shown that there was corruption in any of the contracts, those contracts can be cancelled.
Yeah.
And the South African government can get some of that money back and use it for better purposes.
Yeah.
We could have, for instance, built 2 million houses with that money. We could be creating 100,000 low-skilled jobs every year for 10 years. We could be employing more teachers, etc., etc. So there's the money aspect. But the other dimension is very important. This deal has had a huge impact on our politics and on our governance. And unless, just like the TRC, unless we get to the bottom of the story and expose it, we're never going to be able to move on, especially in relation to things like corruption and good governance. So, is there a smoking gun? Myself and my colleagues have made a huge submission to the Commission in which we've collected documents from all over the world. I work internationally on the arms trade, which is why I'm based in London. The Commission is not sure whether to accept those documents because we didn't get them all from official channels.
Yeah.
The nature of this trade is that you get documents through whistleblowers, through leaks, through good investigative journalism. None of those are official channels, but they are crucial channels to get to the truth. So we're asking the Commission to accept these documents and ensure that the full truth gets put before the people of South Africa.